Hey there! Grab a chair. You ready for our caffeine-fueled catch-up?
Oh, definitely. Need it this week.
We have this massive stack of AI news from just the past week, and honestly, if you tried to read it all,
Forget it.
yeah, you'd be staring at your screen until, like, next Tuesday morning. It's been moving at a really, really dizzying
Tell
pace.
me about it. The velocity right now is just wild, especially when you push past the flashy consumer headlines
Right?
and look at the actual foundational science and the global power plays. It's information overload. Seriously.
Absolutely. So our mission today, it's simple. We're turning that massive stack, this is September 15th through the 21st, into the essential conversational nuggets.
Mm,
This deep dive is basically designed to give you, our listener, all the key insights without making you feel like you just waded through some dense technical textbook.
yeah, keep it simple.
Okay, let's unpack this. And we really have to start with probably the most shocking news of the week.
I think I know exactly where you're going.
Yeah.
Because the biggest story, it isn't about better chatbots, right? It's about AI actually designing like brand new life.
Yeah.
That feels like a huge step change.
It's bonkers, isn't it? So researchers from Stanford and the Arc Institute, they just released news about their AI, they're calling it EVO.
Evo, right?
And this AI, they trained it on 2 million different viruses, and it's successfully designed the first fully working virus genomes. Like, they can actually infect and kill a bacteria.
And here's the kicker, right? Evo designed these new viruses with nearly 400 mutations
Get this.
that had never been observed in nature before. That's what's so fascinating here. AI is driving like foundational scientific discovery. It's not just optimization anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
It's moving beyond just, reading and writing genomes, analyzing what's already out there, to actively designing entirely new biological things based on probabilities and just like tons of data.
That distinction from reading to designing that feels really crucial. And that biological breakthrough, it immediately spills into human health in a couple of amazing ways.
Yeah.
It's not just about curing things, it's predicting them like decades out and reversing them faster than we ever thought possible.
Precisely. So on the prediction side, you've got European researchers who developed something called Delphi 2M.
Oh, okay.
And to give you some context, they trained it on 400,000 patient records
Wow.
to forecast an individual's risk for over 1,000 diseases,
Yeah.
up to 20 years into the future. It's this really holistic health view,
20 years.
moving way beyond just single disease warnings to understanding the patient's whole, biological trajectory.
And the reversal tech is speeding up too, right? We're talking about precision medicine just on overdrive.
Totally. Harvard's got this thing, Pedigrapher AI, and it can identify the exact gene and drug combos you need to basically reverse disease cells back to being healthy.
That's incredible.
The sources say it's 35% more accurate and a shocking 25 times faster than the older systems.
25 times.
Yeah. It really feels like having, I don't know, a molecular time machine right there in the lab. It highlights that the really powerful AI stuff today, it's happening at the molecular scale,
Mm-hmm.
which of course needs massive computational power.
That's a really good point. And since these discoveries need so much computing horsepower, it kind of leads us perfectly to our next section. Where does this tech actually live now?
Mm-hmm.
Because we've definitely moved past just the cloud and the desktop. I mean, we're talking about AI right on your face now, aren't we?
That's the pivot point. Exactly.
Mm.
Meta is making this huge multi-pronged bet that smart glasses are going to be the smartphone successor for the AI era,
Right.
They didn't just release one model this week. They unveiled a whole ecosystem, 3 different models for different uses.
Yeah, I saw that. You've got your classic Ray-Ban Gen 2 for like everyday wear.
Standard stuff.
And the new Oakley Vanguard, which is more athlete-focused,
Right.
integrates with tracking apps like Garmin and Strava.
Right, for the fitness folks.
But the real head-turner, no pun intended, is the high-end Ray-Ban display.
Yes, the one with the neural band.
Exactly. Tell us about that.
So that band, it isn't just some fancy watch. It means hands-free, totally silent control using like subtle wrist signals.
Wait, silent control? How?
Think of it this way. Instead of talking out loud or, tapping a screen, you can control the glasses and the AI just by intending to move your hand or wrist slightly. It's measuring muscle signals
Whoa.
to get this seamless silent input. And that's why they see it as the key piece for maybe replacing the smartphone down the line.
Making computing just instant and seamless, off the screen into the real world, that feels like a game changer for interaction.
Definitely.
Meanwhile, Google's taking a slightly different approach, right? They're embedding AI into something we already use constantly, Chrome.
Yeah, meeting users where they are. Gemini AI is now integrated right into the Chrome browser for all U.S. desktop users.
Just a button away.
Yeah, it's either a button or you can use the address bar. This is basically Google's big play to dominate AI-powered browsing.
Makes sense.
You can ask it to analyze stuff across like dozens of open tabs or answer really complex multi-part questions using everything you're looking at in real time. It's an efficiency monster.
Okay, so that's browsing. But what if you're a professional creator? The collaboration side is evolving fast, too. AI models are becoming more like co-pilots, not just generators.
Exactly. Luma AI's new Ray 3 video model is a perfect example
Huh.
because it includes reasoning capabilities.
Reasoning. What does that mean for video?
Well, it means the AI isn't just spitting out footage based on a prompt. It can actually evaluate and refine its own outputs.
Mhm.
It kind of knows if the lighting looks wrong or if the camera angle doesn't really make sense for what you asked for. It's turning AI into a genuine collaborator.
So you can guide it.
Yeah, creators can guide camera angles and movement just by sketching directly onto the frames it generates. It shows AI moving into like high-end professional production.
Pretty amazing. Okay, shifting gears now. Let's talk power. And by power, I mean semiconductors, infrastructure, big money, and global competition.
Yeah, this is where the big strategic muscle is really flexing.
Definitely feels like it.
It's the infrastructure war, basically.
Mm.
And this week gave us two like tectonic plates grinding against each other. First, this historic collaboration in the West, Nvidia.
The king of AI chips right now.
Right, they're investing $5 billion in Intel.
Hold on, 5 billion. But I thought they were like arch rivals?
They were, and functionally they still compete in lots of areas.
Mhm.
But this is strategic. That $5 billion is for a joint effort. They're going to co-develop i86 processors specifically for AI infrastructure.
Wow.
This is a massive shot in the arm for Intel. Helps them accelerate their catch-up in the AI hardware race. It kind of proves that sometimes even rivals recognize they need to team up.
To keep momentum against, global competition.
Exactly. Which brings us to the other side of the coin.
Speaking of global competition, China made a huge countermove this week, didn't they?
Oh, yeah. The Cyberspace Administration of China, the CANC, they banned major Chinese tech firms. We're talking ByteDance, Alibaba, from purchasing or even testing Nvidia's RTX Pro 6000D chips.
You're kidding me. That's got to be huge for Nvidia. That cancels, what, tens of thousands of potential chip orders?
Tens of thousands, yeah. What's the official reason?
Well, officially, they're citing that their domestic chips, especially from companies like Huawei, are now, quote, equivalent to those specific Nvidia versions made for China.
Equivalent. Is that really true, technically?
If you connect it to the bigger picture, it's probably less about perfect technical parity right now and more about accelerating their reliance on domestic AI hardware. It's a massive push for technological independence.
Right. Even if it means sacrificing some immediate performance gains for, like, future self-sufficiency.
So you've got this high-stakes collaboration in the West to shore up infrastructure.
And this huge push for tech independence in the East.
Which leads directly into the talent and money wars, right? The sheer volume of cash being thrown around is just staggering.
Totally. Look at the UK, for instance. Just this week, Microsoft pledged $30 billion.
$30 billion.
And Google committed $6 billion in investment there. It signals the UK is absolutely a critical, major global AI hub now. Everyone's planting their flag.
And the talent scramble is just as fierce. OpenAI clearly wants the big players. They just hired Mike Liberatore.
The former finance chief from XAI, right? Their rival.
Exactly. It just highlights how these companies are willing to pay top dollar to poach strategic minds, even from direct competitors.
Well, and speaking of OpenAI, they made a huge financial move themselves this week, renegotiating their revenue share deal with Microsoft.
Oh, yeah, I saw that headline. What was the change?
They dropped the percentage Microsoft takes from around 20% down to just 8% by 2030.
8% from 20. That change alone must save OpenAI. What, billions?
Over $50 billion is the estimate. $50 billion.
Whoa. Okay, what's the strategic significance there, but just pocketing that?
No. That money isn't just, going into the bank. It gets reinvested immediately into advanced research, keeping their competitive edge. It fundamentally strengthens OpenAI's ability to innovate and compete against cash-rich rivals like, Alphabet and Anthropic.
Without relying purely on VC funding. Gives them more control.
Exactly. Control their own destiny.
Okay, moving on to part 3. The human element. Let's talk jobs. Because we're seeing a real workforce restructuring happening. It's not just layoffs, it's this whole upskilling and downskilling shift. We need to pay attention.
Absolutely. Look at Fiverr, for example. The CEO announced layoffs, 250 employees, as they transform into an AI-first organization.
AI first.
Yeah, they're trying to get back to like startup mode to
Yeah.
adapt fast and embed AI everywhere.
And then you've got XAI, which gave an even clearer picture of this job shift, I thought.
Definitely. They laid off 500 generalist AI tutors,
That was a third of their team, right?
a full third of their data annotation team, yeah. But, and this is the key part, they plan to hire 10 times as many specialized tutors
Specialized how?
in fields like STEM, finance, medicine. The job is fundamentally shifting. It's moving away from just generic data labeling towards needing specialized contextual knowledge.
So if you have deep expertise in a niche field,
Your value for AI training just skyrocketed.
and that brings us inevitably to safety and trust. I mean, this raises the big question. How do we actually trust this incredibly powerful tech, especially as it gets so specialized?
It's the anxiety right at the heart of the industry, isn't it? We just heard Dario Amodei, the Anthropic CEO, warning there's maybe a 25% chance things go really, really badly with AI.
Wow, 25%. That's heavy. That's not just fringe concern.
No, it highlights serious industry worry.
Mhm.
But OpenAI is taking steps right. They published research this week on reducing what they call scheming behaviors.
Which is a very polite way of saying AI deception.
Yeah, pretty much. And they successfully decreased that kind of model deception by 30 times using a new training method. So progress is being made.
Okay, that's good. And privacy is also front and center. Google released Volt Gemma.
Right. That's the largest publicly available AI model trained using something called differential privacy.
Okay, break that down for us. Differential privacy sounds like classic jargon.
Ah.
Yeah.
Think of it like a really, really secure data mask. It lets the system learn the collective patterns from the data, the big picture trends, you know?
Mhm.
But statistically, no one, not even the people running the model, can trace a specific finding back to your individual record. It protects sensitive data, but keeps the performance. It just shows how critical data protection is becoming.
Gotcha. And legally, the gloves are definitely off now, aren't they? The copyright battles are heating up.
Oh, yeah. Major Hollywood studios,
Yeah.
Disney, Universal, they're suing this Chinese startup, Minimax,
Why?
alleging that its AI model, Hailu, was trained on their protected copyrighted movies and shows without permission.
The training data fight.
Exactly. And Meta, probably learning from past tech battles, is trying to be proactive. They're actively pursuing AI content licensing deals with big media companies. Axel Springer, Fox.
Trying to secure high-quality licensed data before they get sued.
Smart chess move.
All right,
Get ahead of the inevitable lawsuits.
definitely. Okay, finally, two quick policy things that hit really close to home. Google introduced the Agent Payments Protocol.
Yeah, this is interesting. It's an open framework for AI agents, like your AI assistant, to securely make purchases on your behalf.
AI making purchases for me. How does that work safely?
Well, it requires mandates, so you have to give permission first,
Yeah.
and dual real-time approvals for transactions. The fact that over 60 firms are already backing it
Means they expect this to happen soon.
very soon. They expect AI agents to be handling our shopping. Time to buckle up for that reality.
Wow. Okay. And on the mental health side, Illinois just made a move.
Yeah, they banned AI applications from administering psychotherapy without a direct doctor involved. They're the second state after Nevada.
That sparks a huge debate, right? Access versus safety.
Exactly. Prioritizing safety and accountability, or prioritizing quick access to mental health support, which is also badly needed. It's a perfect snapshot of the current tension.
Rapid tech advancement running smack into governance and ethical questions.
That's the whole landscape right now.
Absolutely. So, okay, let's try and put it all together. What does this all mean for you, the listener? Over this deep dive, we saw AI literally designing life itself,
Mind-blowing.
integrating into our daily devices, maybe even replacing the smartphone, reshaping global competition with chips and talent wars, and causing these huge shifts in the job market, demanding expert specialization.
The big theme, I think, is that we have completely left the era of static knowledge. We are fully in an era defined by continuous adaptation,
If you're not learning, you're falling behind.
basically. Yeah.
And that brings us to a really insightful quote from Demis Hassabis, the Google DeepMind CEO. He says the most crucial skill in this AI era, it isn't a specific piece of knowledge, it's learning how to learn.
The meta skill.
Exactly. Because models are apparently becoming too smart for human training, our ability to just constantly acquire new skills, those meta skills, that's what's going to keep us relevant.
It's probably the highest leverage skill you can possibly acquire right now. It's not about what specific fact you know today. It's about how quickly you can master the new tech that shows up tomorrow.
So here's the final thought for you to mull over. With AI models now getting smarter, potentially, than the humans who built them, what specific metaskill, what way of learning are you going to focus on next year to stay ahead of the curve?
That's a really great question for a world moving this fast. Something to chew on.
Definitely something to think about as the world keeps changing under our feet. Until the next deep dive, stay curious.